So on the way to the south of France, we've been driving for 4 hours, well, no, 5 hours today. And we've just come across this Fontaine Legendaire. So I'm presuming this means the legendary fountain. And oh my God, it is stunning. I have never seen anything like it. Let me just show you this. Look at this, flowing into a pool of pure crystal clear water that then flows into the stream. And then look, it's all flowing, gushing out of this. It looks actually blue, doesn't it? Like blue all on the walls. But I think it's just vibrating off. Is it just on this metal? I'm not sure, but it looks so clear. Oh my God, absolutely stunning. What a place I'm about to share with you today. Today I am in Alet-les-Bains, towards the Pyrenees, so south of France, and it's in between. So this is Alet-les-Bains, and then we're on the road to Rennes-les-Bains. Both of these places are covered in springs, hot springs and cold springs. The church bells are going off here as well. There's so much to show you, and the first thing I'm going to show you is right here. So behind this ancient looking rock is the first spring in the village. So this is the first spring we come across, coming out a man's head into this giant trough. Look at this. Literally the first one it came across when I was driving yesterday. And they're all running. This sign is talking about, because of this not treated water, legal reasons it's not drinkable, but obviously this is the same all around the world. This is the purest water we should all be drinking from. So this is classed as what you call the Cathar country. So the Cathars, to be honest, I'm not sure there's a lot of true information about them, but apparently this was a movement that was in southern France and northern Italy in around between the 12th and the 14th centuries. But again, I don't know too much about the Cathars, and to be honest, I don't think the internet knows too much about the Cathars. Who exactly were these Cathars? I know, to be honest, it mentioned it in an episode of Merlin on BBC once, and it came across as they were really magical, deep, mysterious figures, but I'm not really sure who they actually were. And apparently this was the place of the famous Nostradamus. Nostradamus was an astrologer and seer and physician that was born, and I think it was around 1503, and this was literally his hometown, so some people say, and what a place to live in. And Nostradamus was a mysterious figure that some say appears every century. I think I've heard that from somewhere. But yeah, he's anyone that can be classed as a prophet, and is still known as a prophet to this day. Must have been quite a deep figure. There is a spring behind these bars as well, but this is, I think, on private property because you can't actually open them. But I can hear running water coming from that trough there. Honestly, every bit of architecture, every street, every single structure here has so much personality, so much character, but also look at the architecture, the magnificence of each stone. It's so peaceful this morning here. It's a little bit rainy actually, a little bit drizzle on my face, but I mean, look. The old pillars and everything. And look at the metal as well, going up the structures. Could these be conductors harnessing free energy at one point? And look at this, right in this square, in the centre. I call this probably the central square all this incredible architecture here, and then we've got this spring. They would always be in the middle of the town squares all over the world, but this one's running, and this is coming out Medusa's head. Look at the serpents, the snakes on top. Is this symbolising the serpent energy, the ley lines? And there's a woman on the top. Could it be the goddess Athena, the goddess of war? She's got the helmet next to her. She's holding the staff. I've never actually felt a place like this before. The feeling that this gives off, it just feels so ancient. And even though they have all of these running springs, you know, and they've kept it in this ancient town, that was the case throughout Europe and the world, where these springs would be running 2, 3, sometimes 4 springs in the centres of cities and towns. Where I'm from in Preston, it was originally called Priest Town. Now there's no springs whatsoever running, but originally I think there was around 10 separate sacred springs around the town, because the priests used to come for that reason, and then they've all been shut off. But certain towns and villages, for example this one, have kept the water. And it's interesting, when I went to Malvern, really finding out that the true reason behind this happening, why certain ones have kept it and others have been destroyed, is because of the people and the community and the spirit of the community at that place, because they wouldn't allow the controllers to take away that water from them, or the people neglected it themselves. That's what happened all around the world, mainly in England and probably northern France, not sure, and Wales as well. I've not really been to Scotland too much to explore that, but that's Albion, ancient Albion. You know, it used to be such a powerful place regarding springs, and now there's hardly any left to run. They're still there, but it's flowing underground. Certain ones are still left in certain places like Malvern, Great Budworth, places in Wales. There is some there, but a place like this, everything is kept intact. Look at that. And then there is another spring outside this property here. Look at that. How many is there? There's going to be more than Malvern. When I went to Malvern Wells, there's just every corner there's a spring. Absolutely magical. So as you can see, this whole place is built around the springs. It's working with the springs. It's not buried over the springs like so many towns and cities in the modern world are, and either done intentionally or with neglect, like I say. But with this, it's just working around the waters. The waters are even flowing into the bathroom, and the urinals are actually making use of the spring water to flush the toilet. Like, that is what you call working with the water. This looks like a abbey ruin here. And then we've got all sorts of symbols all over the structure. And then next to it, we've got the other part of it. You can see the magnetron, the cavity, the cymatic magnetron behind it. Vibrating sound. It would have been in the original old world. This is ancient. And what's even more important is that we've got a running spring right next to the structure, right next to this old priory or monastery or whatever it actually was. And this is what I always say, wherever there is a structure like this, there is a spring right on the site. And this is proving me right. All the other videos I've been to, where I've been to structures like this and there hasn't been a spring, but there's sometimes been evidence of it and other times there haven't, then this is proof to me and to anybody that springs were always at sites like these. Look at this, a tap right next to the chapel, or I don't even know what structure this is. They can't really find a narrative. And right next to that monastery, we've also got now the church. The other side of the church, we've got a tap, likely spring water once more. So I found a way in to this structure. Look at it, oh my god. What a place. Graveyard all around it as well. You can see where the circle is, that's where another magnetron would have been at one point. But the hills behind me as well. See, I've also spotted another spring here that would have been a spring. You see, they've got the names, I think, like the wall, like we do in England. So this would have originally been an access point to drink the water as well, but this one has been shut off. Remember, anything with this arch that you see in the towns and cities, these were all originally ancient springs. And look at the huge carotid magnetrons of like the pentagram symbol on the church. Look at all the antiquitech on the top. So the church would be harnessing the etheric energy and would also be working with sound, vibrating in these carotid magnetrons. All the sacred geometry of the structure would work together, and then it would also work with the ley lines and the energy on the ground itself. So the Mother Earth energy. So it works with the ether and the earth, and the actual structure harnesses the energy. But what I've noticed on a lot of these buildings, well, most of these buildings, is they've each got a pattern, like in a form of sacred geometry. Could these, and it's metal as well, could these be something to do with maybe the energy grid that would be flowing from these structures? So the houses would have had energy from electricity, like little versions of the carotid magnetrons on the churches. Can you see here, the iron going up here, and then next to it, just look how lush all of the hills are around this place. Absolutely covered in greenery. Full 360 degrees nestled in between these hills, this village. So the place that I'm going to show you behind me is where all the villages from Alet-les-Bains and the surrounding areas all get their water from. It's coming out 6 separate pipes and it feeds into this pool that is so warm. So it's like a thermal spring. Probably true primary water. What a place, honestly. Driving like 600 miles, 700 miles, maybe more from England to see a thermal spring. Like, that's how much these mean to me. These were once all over England too. There was some near me in Preston, and for some reason Albion is in England. For those who don't know what Albion is, it's the true name for the British Isles. They've just shut down probably 99.9% of these thermal springs. So seeing one and being in one right now is just an honour, and there's nowhere else I'd rather be on this planet right now. So I'm going to tonight come back when it's quieter and just completely submerge my whole body in these mineral springs, fill up the bottles from here like the locals do, and truly enjoy this area, and then travel to Vanlife in the coming days and visit the thermal springs there. The reason why I'm focusing so much of my channel on water is because, like I keep saying, it is the essence of all life. There's allotments behind me, people are growing their fruit and veg. The mountains behind me is kept lush because of the water. We're kept healthy because of the pure water. Everything in life, from the soil to the birds to the animals to the plants, to everything evolves around water. And by targeting water and putting chemicals in the water, making us pay for water, turning water into a commodity, this is what destroys the earth. The only way to heal it is through the water. And this is why so many of my videos are talking about this. It is the most important thing we can be putting our attention on right now. Spring water. I think this is the best park up I've ever done. Literally, look, mountains behind me. So when I open the doors, be able to see all these mountains and the thermal spring right there to fill up and to bathe in, to literally plunge myself in the evening and in the morning. This is heaven. Alet-les-Bains. A dream has come true today. So I have done a 16-minute-ish drive with my sister to this incredible place right behind me. The waterfall, wait, let's turn my thumb, there. This one right here is a geothermal waterfall that feeds into this pool behind me. And so the river's a bit of a cold one, and this one goes into the hot pool. And we've just done an incredible, about an hour-long bathe, just sitting in this geothermal pool. And that has been a dream of mine for so long, to do a hot spring bath. And this one I've just been guided to by a follower of mine who recommended Alet-les-Bains and Vanlife, as she used to live here. So this is Vanlife, 16-minute drive from Alet-les-Bains, and we're going to explore the multiple springs in this place. But this is just incredible. So we've had an incredible time at Alet-les-Bains and Vanlife, and now we're moving towards Carcassonne. We're at Carcassonne now. We're going to explore Carcassonne, and we're going to leave this video as it is. Perhaps I'll do one at Carcassonne, maybe not, but I will see you on the next video, everybody. Thank you so much for watching.